One of the keywords that I said there was safe. And the reason why I want to point that out is because everybody that we love and care for is not always a safe person that we should be loving and caring for. Some of the things that make someone not safe is if they violate boundaries, right? If they are asking for more than what they're willing to reciprocate. Sometimes safety can be violated if this person is not physically safe with you. Hi, you guys. Welcome back to the I Am Worthy podcast. My name is Brittany Noel, and I am a therapist, a coach, a author, entrepreneur, a little bit of everything. But you guys know that on our podcast, I am just your friend in this journey as we are all learning, growing, trying to become a better version of ourselves. So welcome back for another amazing episode, okay? I'm excited to talk to you guys today about a topic that actually came to me from my DMs. So someone asked me a very good question that I wanted to bring on the show today. And what they said was, how do I become a safe person to love? Okay. Now, I love this question because I think sometimes we get so wrapped up in how other people are loving us and how they are doing us and how they're treating us that we forget to ask, how am I loving other people? And truth be told, we are not always loving correctly. Okay, if we're being totally honest, sometimes we do fall up short in the love department. Sometimes we're not as mindful as we need to be in our relationships and our friendships. And so that's what I want to talk to you about today. What goes into being a safe person to love? One of the keywords that I said there was safe. And the reason why I want to point that out is because everybody that we love and care for is not always a safe person that we should be loving and caring for. Some of the things that make someone not safe is if they violate boundaries, right? If they are asking for more than what they're willing to reciprocate. Sometimes safety can be violated if this person is not physically safe with you, if this person is not mentally and emotionally supportive of you. Those are all areas in which safety can be a threat. That's a whole nother conversation. Not going to get into it today, okay? But I want to make sure that we understand that in order for us to get the love that we are asking for, we need to be someone who is safe to receive it and to give it. So one of the first thing that I will tell you, in order for you to be a safe person to love, you have to work on knowing yourself first and foremost, okay? Do you know yourself well enough? This is a big component because how can we enter into healthy relationships with other people that we say we love and we don't even know who we are? And if I don't know who I am, I don't even know what I'm giving you. I don't know why I'm giving you. I don't even know why I picked you if I don't know who I am. So you're going to want to spend some time in discovering, who am I? When I'm not attached to my job, when I'm not attached to my family, when I'm not attached to the relationship, when I'm not attached to my friendships, just me all by myself, okay? Who am I? What's left when I don't have people attached to me? That is a hard question for a lot of people to answer. There's people still trying to figure that out in their 30s, 40s, 50s, okay? You have to figure out, who am I, so that as I'm entering into commitments, I know what I'm giving other people. And most importantly, I know why I'm choosing these people. When you know yourself, you know what you need in partnership. You know what you need in relationship. You know what you need in friendship. So that as I'm connecting with people, I'm clear about why I'm connecting with them. The worst thing that you can do is connect with somebody, discover yourself, and then discover, I no longer want this person. Okay? So in order for you to be a safe person to love, first and foremost, you need to know yourself. Now, the second thing I will tell you is that we have to work on accountability. Okay? Accountability means that you are holding yourself responsible for the decisions you make, for the behaviors that you display in relationships, for how you show up in the world and with other people. Okay? Accountability can be a dirty word. It can be a nasty word. But accountability is key in you being safe to love. What I have seen is that for people who don't hold themselves accountable, you can show up in your relationship kind of any old way, right? And the people that you're in relationship with, they're going to bring it up to you, that you're hurting them, that you're violating boundaries, that you're letting them down, that you're not showing up as an equal part in this relationship. And so as they are bringing these concerns up to you, you become defensive. Okay, you become withdrawn, you become defeated because you feel as if you are being attacked. People who don't hold themselves accountable, they always feel attacked whenever someone is bringing something to the table for them to work on. Okay, so in order for you to be a safe person to love, I need you to be the first person that holds yourself accountable. You really have to define who you want to be in your relationships and how you want to show up. And then that is going to be the guide that you measure yourself to every day. Okay. Without accountability, the people that you have in your life, they cannot trust you. Okay. And that leads me into my third point, which is being able to trust yourself and others. In order for you to be a safe person to love, trust is paramount. Okay. Trust is paramount. You first have to trust that in this partnership, in this relationship, I trust myself to make good decisions. That is a big one for a lot of people. People go into relationships scared and afraid, not because they don't trust their partners, but they don't trust themselves to make good decisions despite who their partner is. If you do not trust yourself, you will always second guess how you show up in your relationship. You will always question whether or not you're good enough, whether or not you should have said this, whether you should have done that, because you have no foundation that's built on you in the relationship. So you'll be nagging your partner, wearing your partner down, trying to get reassurance and validation for something that you should be giving yourself, okay? In order for you to be a safe person to love, you're going to have to be able to trust your own decision-making without validation from your partner. Trust that you picked the right person. Trust that you are in the right season for love. Trust that you have learned the skills that you need to learn to maintain the relationship. Most importantly, trust that if the relationship goes left, if it goes south for any reason, trust that you'll be able to bounce back from it. I think a lot of people run from being hurt because they don't trust themselves to be able to bounce back if anything goes wrong, okay? That goes hand in hand with being able to trust other people. If I am choosing to love you, and I say this all the time when I work with couples, how can you say you love them and you choose not to trust them? Okay? If I'm choosing to be in partnership with you, if I'm choosing to say we're going to be committed or we're going to live together, we're going to be married together, we're going to have these kids, we're choosing to have these commitments without trust. Okay? I would encourage you to learn, how do I lean into trusting another individual with my heart, with my mind, with my thoughts, with my body, with my desires? You're going to have to learn how to pick people who have earned your trust and who have earned the ability to sustain it. Now, the last thing that I will tell you in being able to be a safe place for someone to love, you're going to have to learn how to lean into vulnerability and volunteer transparency. Lean into vulnerability and volunteer transparency. Leaning into vulnerability simply means that when you are in a moment with your friends, your partner, and a situation comes up that requires you to share what's on your heart, share what's on your mind, be open about how you feel, be honest about how you feel. That instead of fighting those feelings, instead of running away from them, instead of distracting yourself, instead of minimizing them, that you actually allow those things to come to the forefront. Vulnerability can be hard because it feels like you're getting naked in front of someone else. It feels like you're letting your guard down. It feels like I'm just completely stripping myself in front of another person. So vulnerability can be difficult, especially if you have a history of blocking people out. So for you, I would tell you to lean in by giving little bitty tidbits, a little at a time, okay? Give them a little bitty spurts of vulnerability until you can grow into being able to express yourself 100% fully vulnerable and open and honest. Now, transparency is a little different. I tell people this all the time. Transparency means that I am volunteering information, okay? If your loved ones have to pry information out for you, you are not being transparent, okay? If they have to pull it out of you how you feel, if they have to ask you time and time again, what do you need? If they have to, keep eliciting certain responses from you, that's not you being transparent, okay? Being transparent in a relationship means that I'm willing to volunteer this information. And the best thing about transparency, you guys, is sometimes the people around us don't even know what questions to ask to get the information that they need to love us correctly. So being willing to be transparent, it means I'm going to give you the information you need to be successful in this relationship. A lot of people miss the fact that when you're withholding, when you're holding back, you're robbing your friends, your partner, your family of the ability to have the information they need to give you what you need, to love you how you want to be loved. Transparency is uncomfortable, but it does benefit you. Volunteer information that people need so that they can show up in your life the way that they need to. Okay? People who struggle with vulnerability and transparency, I would also tell you that in order for you to be a safe place to love, you're going to have to get comfortable with asking tough questions. Okay? I think sometimes we hide in our conversations because we kind of stay away from the questions that force deeper connections. We stay away from the questions that would get out information from the people that we love, that would force us to go into a deeper level of communication and intimacy. So what I would tell you is to ask more questions. Get away from the surface level questions. Get away from the how you doing, how was your day? Say, hey, tell me something that made you smile today. Tell me something that made you happy today. What was the best part of your day today? Those questions are going to open up a whole new level of intimacy for you and your partner. So in order to be a safe place, this all boils down to your willingness, because it does take a whole different skill set for you to open your heart up to other people. So I would tell you to stay willing, learn the skills that you need to learn to be a safe place, like a pillow for other people to lean on, and be willing to accept that type of love when it comes your way as well. So that's what I have for you guys today. I have enjoyed you on the I Am Worthy podcast. I look forward to hearing in the comments how you guys are working on becoming a safe place, what areas you need to improve on. I will see you on our next amazing episode of the I Am Worthy podcast. See you later.